Hello, everyone. Michelle here, and I'm just getting ready to let's grow together. So today I'm going to be focusing on our milkweed seeds, and I'm going to do an experiment here. I'm going to use the paper towel method, where I wet the paper towel and then I put them in a plastic baggie and let them germinate. And then I'm also going to do a method where I put them in these containers and see if they germinate there. So I just want to try two different things to see which one works the best, and just seeing what works for me. So I'm going to be using, these were party favor cups that we had got for our wedding, and we put them in the dishwasher and they melted, some of them. So we kept them just in case, who knows what we could use them for. And the perfect thing is that we get to use them to plant some milkweed. So the reason I'm doing it is because I want to help the monarchs. And so I figure this is the best way. And I'm going to be using these 5 different types of seeds. I got them from Amazon. So if it's something that you want, I'll definitely put the link in the description if you want to check it out and see if that's something that you want as well. And what I love, what I'm learning about planting, especially from the channel from Robbie and Gary, is just finding things that I have around the house to utilize, and I don't have to go out and buy all these brand new things. And I got things that are just sitting around for free that I can utilize to start growing. And it's also knowing, like, nature is not perfect. Like, one thing I realized is when I go out into nature, it's not like nature is like, oh, I need to make sure I have this and on this day and this temperature and, a quarter of this and 3/4 of this. It's like whatever is just around it just happens. And I see, like, nature grows. And so it really is working with what nature has, it works with. And so for me, it's also learning the same thing and knowing that I don't need to have all the gadgets and gizmos of plenty and what's its galore to get started. And so it's really empowering, and not only in gardening, but also in my own life as well, because I know that I've been a person who's like, no, I have to have it all before I can, get started or do this in a goal that I may have. And it's teaching me that just get started with what you have, and I'll be surprised and see what happens. So let me go ahead and get started here. So I'm just I got my painter's tape and marker as well, because I'm going to label each of the seeds, because there's 5 of them here. So I just want to make sure, I know what I got going on at the same time. So I got my little water bottle here, and I'm just going to spray water on each of these 5 here. And thank you for coming along this journey with me. Here we go. This one is going to be butterfly orange. Oops. What I need to be careful about is that I'm really realizing when I'm spraying, I'm wetting this, and that's not what I want to do. So let me go ahead and see what we got here. I got some tweezers that I had in an old nail clipping kit that I have that I don't use, because tweezers to me aren't the best at getting my eyebrow hairs. What are you eating? My dog is in here and I just hear chomping. 1 second, pause. Okay. Well, welcome back. I don't know what he had. I caught the end of it, which is totally fine. He's alive and kicking. Okay, so I'm going to do 5. Yes. 5 per. Okay, y'all. So I'm going to have to do voiceover on this, because playing back the video, I learned that the audio stopped right there, which is really fun. But I guess that goes back to just doing what I got to do, and nothing is perfect. So what I was doing here and what I was saying is that I'm going to put 5 seeds into each of the containers, and then I'm going to do 5 seeds per paper towel, just to see what I get germinating here, what I get to sprout. And then, if they all happen to sprout, then I'm definitely probably going to be seeing if anybody wants any, and I can put them in a separate pot for them, and they can start to grow their milkweed at their home as well. And so I'm going to use these 5 different types of milkweed. And something that I was learning through this process is that things don't have to be perfect. Kind of like, my initial feeling knowing that my audio had is non-existent while this video is being recorded. And I'm not able to recreate that because the seeds have been planted. So it's something that it's almost like laugh now, cry later, but it's almost like cry now and like laugh now at the same time, because I move forward and I really do want to show the process of what I'm doing here for myself so that I can see it, and then I can also share it with others as well if anybody's interested in taking a look at the process to see what I'm doing here, which is really cool and exciting at the same time. And it's part of the journey, and it's a reminder for me to make sure that the microphones are fully charged. So guess what, that's my lesson for this. So I'm going to make sure like I have those microphones fully charged. So I put 5 seeds on each of the paper towels here, and I'm spraying them with water, using that little spray bottle that I got, and just using water. And actually this is rainwater. We've been getting some rain here lately, and I had a bucket out, and so I'm just using this water. So I'm just using what the earth has given me, and I've been really enjoying that process, because just seeing what is out there. I mean, I know I could be that person who's like, I got to get it all right. Like, what did the YouTube videos say? What did the instructions say? I want to make sure I get it down to a T, and I need to go buy everything before I get started. And I feel like I mentioned it already in this video, I'm not sure, is that what I really love about Robbie and Gary's channel is that they show that just find things around the house and see what you got and just work with that. So I've really been enjoying that process. As you see here, I had cardboard that I had, and then also this styrofoam type-ish resource that came in a package, and I had to throw it away because now I'm thinking like outside the box, literally, is, or inside the box, haha, is, what do I have around the house that I can utilize? Like, I don't need to keep using, or I don't need to go purchase something when I have the resources and the tools, that are already in the house. So I'm cutting up these little styrofoam pieces, and this is how I'm going to separate them, because I'm going to put them in a plastic bag and allow these to germinate. So I'm doing germination in the containers, and I'm doing germinations in the paper towel, and then also like putting the seeds in the containers as well that I got there. And so in order for the paper towels not to stick together, I wanted to go ahead and use this piece of styrofoam. Is this considered styrofoam as well? And, use it as separation. And then, of course, got to put the names of the plants, the date, and also how many seeds I have in each paper towel. And then I also do that for the little cups there as well. It's just important, because I think like sometimes it's easy for me to feel like, oh, I'm going to remember. And then I don't remember, even if it's like the next day. My mind is going, there's so many different other things that I got going on. And so for me, it's just taking notes. And this is why I love this video vlog that I'm doing as well. So I got those 5 wrapped up in there, and I got them in the bag, and those are going to go in the, on the counter that I had germinated the coriander seeds as well. And so, yeah, just, it's an experiment. I feel like that's what nature does. They just work with what they got. If leaves, and they're not cutting nothing, they're not measuring. Nature's like, what just fell here? Okay, we're going to work with it. And things still grow. I'm like, you know what? Things still grow in nature. And so I'm using the potting soil, filling it with water, that rainwater that I got from our rain recently, mixing it up, and I'm going to put 5 seeds into each of these little containers here. And I also got the tool. So the tool has definitely come in handy. I really enjoy the idea of utilizing the tool at the same time. As you can see, I love that if I water something too much, I can drain it. And once again, just using my tweezers here to put the seeds in. And Not only noticing that how nature doesn't have to be perfect, it's really a reflection for myself as well, that I can get started on a goal and it doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have to have everything lined up in order to start the process. It's, what do I have? I want to make a video. Okay, I got my phone, I have my voice, and I have some tools. Go ahead. Like, I don't need the perfect, fancy camera. I don't need any of those things. I just work with what I got, and I've been really enjoying the process and loving it at the same time. And so it's really cool to see and reflect as, like, for me, it's like, okay, be like nature, be like Mother Nature. She's just doing it so simply and easy, and I don't need to make things difficult. I don't need to pressure myself more to make it perfect. It's like, there's so much ease and so much fun in being creative and working with what I got, and I'm seeing things grow. I mean, I feel like that's the beauty of it. It's like, even watching myself grow outside of gardening, I can watch myself grow and see how I can grow by just utilizing, what I have. But it's just really about taking action. That's all it really comes down to. As I'm sitting here and I'm speaking, is just taking action. It's not like, I know I would be that person who has to gather and get everything perfectly before I can even take one step. And as I continue to start and continue on my cultivating of fruits and vegetables process journey, it's all about taking action at the end of the day. And so it's a reminder, like, it doesn't have to be perfect. Because even as an outsider looking in at Mother Nature, I'm always like amazed, like, oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. How did you do that? And she's like, and Mother Nature's not like, well, I waited for 2 p.m. It had to be 70 some degrees for me to get started. I had to make sure that I had that perfect pot that was this, and the potting soil needed to be, this much potassium and this much nitrogen. No. She's just like working with what I got. Okay, so back to the video. I'm continuing to just put the seeds in. And one thing that I was learning here is, like, I got to use my left hand. Or I need to switch the camera to the other side, because when I use my right hand, I notice that I'm blocking the process. So I just kept reminding myself, got to use that left hand. So, just putting those seeds in. I'm really excited. I really want to be helpful, be of service to the monarchs. So I really look forward to that process, and the progress as well. And so just getting it all in there. And then here it is. Like, this is why the tool is so helpful, is, I can see, like, I can lift it up. I don't have to worry about making a mess. I just lift up the tool to check to see what the water level is on the bottom, to see if I have too much water or not enough water, if I want to keep it moist down there for the starting of the growing process for the milkweed. So I'm just so excited. I had these, like, tweezers laying around, and I mean, seriously, I would not ever use them, because I've tried once and it doesn't even, like, latch on to a hair. But yeah, it's been a very relaxing and exciting process at the same time, to check on the planting, the growing of nature. It's been awesome. And so, yeah, I guess here I was wanting to show, putting in 5 seeds for one little container here, and just getting it all mixed in. Because in my previous, when I did, like, the tomato and the cucumber, I put the water in second. And so, once again, it's not like there's still water going into the potting soil. But I found it was a lot easier to go ahead and put the soil in, then water it, get it all mixed up together, and then put the seeds in. I did find that a lot easier to do, rather than potting soil, seed, and then water. So moving forward, I will do potting soil, water, and seed. So yeah, and it's like, look at that, just learning along the way, just seeing what works for me. The 3 ingredients still get in there somehow. The order, I don't think matters, because I'm already seeing things starting to sprout by the way that I did it before. So once again, I got all 5 done, putting them in a little holding box here, and yeah, I'm really excited. Let's get this milkweed growing. At this point, I feel like I'm reading the directions, because I did have the seeds in the refrigerator for about 2 weeks before I started the germinating process here. So yeah, all set here. Excited, and definitely going to continue to keep you posted, myself posted, as a reminder of this process. Thank you.